On a quiet night a man left his house with enthusiasm while carrying a spear and flashlight. The bright moonlight accompanied his steps in exploring every pond he encountered. With great patience his eyes continued to observe every movement at the bottom of the pond. From a distance the man saw the fish he was targeting. The man immediately approached it with a spear ready to be launched and a locked target. Boom! A loud explosion from the spear he threw was heard, starting the story of tonight's hunt. The murky water became an arena for fierce battle. The rebellious fish was dragged to land. That one explosion was paid off with one fish. The man managed to catch the first fish and then put it in a sack that had been prepared from his house. And we, Lieutenant Banana Chanel, for the next 8 minutes will invite you to watch the action of catching fish with a spear technique that is very amazing and at the same time spoils your eyes and ears. But before continuing, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Still in the same pond, the man continued his hunt by walking stealthily, adjusting the rhythm of each step. After a while, the man finally found the fish he was targeting. This time, the position of his target was a little further away and the man immediately approached it, with a spear ready to be thrown. Boom! Again the sound of his spear was heard loudly, breaking the calm of the water. The fish scattered, but not the fish he was targeting. In the water, the fish rebelled when hit by his spear. The man swiftly dragged it to the surface of the ground, and the fish rebelled when the spear was pulled out of the fish's body, and the man casually took it and put it in a bag full of mystery. The size of the second fish is slightly larger than the first fish, and this fish is called the snakehead fish, which is a predatory and cannibalistic fish, meaning that this fish, apart from liking to prey on other fish to eat, also likes to eat other fish as food. The man continued his journey, penetrating deeper. In the darkness of the night the man walked slowly around the pool, whose water was murky yellow but shallow and had concrete walls with short weeds growing on each side. Not long after that the man saw his target trying to escape from him again. Very skillfully using the spear he had mastered. The man threw his spear. Boom! The explosion from his spear was quite loud. Immediately the atmosphere was silent, waiting for what would happen next. Slowly the man took his spear to make sure his spear hit or not. After approaching it was seen that his spear had hit the fish he was targeting. With a gasp and careful breathing the man lifted the fish to land. The size of the fish was quite large, the same as the first fish. The man took it to a safer place, and of course the fish struggled, moving in all directions when the spear was released. With a happy feeling the man put his fish back in his sack. He managed to catch 3 fish. The size of the fish was quite large and his bag was already starting to fill up, so it was a bit difficult to put the fish in, but the man remained enthusiastic and he needed a few more fish to catch, which would later be distributed to his closest relatives. To catch more fish, the man continued to observe the ponds he found very carefully. Sometimes the man continued to stand while shining the light on the surface of the water. The flashlight that was still bright was able to penetrate the surface of the pond to the bottom. Of course it really helped his vision to find his target fish again. And finally the man saw his target again on the edge not far from him. Boom! The spear was stuck with a proven level of accuracy. Another one was caught. On the dry land, the fish rebelliously jumped to escape and try to dive into the water. The fish are not too big but are still suitable for consumption. The fish habitat here is still maintained because it has not been contaminated by chemicals, and the method of catching them is also environmentally friendly, and people here only take enough, not too much, according to their needs. The pond here is also still very well maintained so that many pet fish grow very well. This pond is overgrown with algae, which is a food source for the fish as well as a hiding place for predatory fish. And sure enough, the target fish was seen again, and the boom of the man's spear was heard again. His movement was very fast but very precise. The fish was lifted to the ground, and as usual the fish rebelled like the previous fish. The man put it back into the bag that was already full of fish. With the bag already filled, even though the fish in it were not too many but the size was quite large, the man slowly walked back along the edge of the walled pool. And suddenly the target appeared in front of the man. With a quick movement without any preparation beforehand, the man immediately stuck his spear. Boom! The sound of the explosion broke the silence of the night. Carefully the man lifted the fish back to land. As usual, the fish struggled every time the spear was released. Still in the walled pool, the man continued his journey while carrying the bag that was starting to weigh him down step by step. Carefully, his spotlight continued to monitor all movements in the water. Not long after, boom! The spear exploded again, piercing the bottom of the water surface right under the man's feet, and again the fish managed to enter and the bag was filled again with the fish he had caught. Tonight, the size of the fish he caught was quite big, almost the same size, and everyone was always fighting over it. This made this man start to get tired, his stamina started to drain and he started to feel tired. Without realizing it, one by one the fish had been caught and the bag was no longer big enough. The explosion had broken the silence of the night. With a happy feeling, the man decided to end his adventure and go straight home, but just a few steps the fish suddenly reappeared in front of him and the spear shot for the last time. The explosion ended it. The big fish was caught again and went into the bag. With a feeling of tiredness, the man immediately went home, so Lieutenant Banana Chanel said goodbye, and here we accompany you all. Hopefully entertained, and we meet again the next night. Thank you for watching the video.